anybody has questions, feel free to, raise your hand, throw something at me, and you can ask Sigourney just about anything. And if she doesn't want to answer, she's going to say, fuck you, okay? And we'll do that for a little bit. You know what? What do you think about that?
Testing.
I think that's good. I think that sounds good to me. Does that sound good to you guys? Cool. Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Well, so we're gonna do that for a little bit of time, and then everybody can come up and get a picture. And Mick, you're over there with merch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you're lining up to take pictures, you can get merch from Mick Douche over here, who will be. We'll figure that out. So, alrighty, but without further ado, does anybody have any questions for this lovely individual?
Please.
Oh.
Let's get coffee.
Well, I was going to give the microphone to people, but...
Okay.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's my first time. I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, you know what? Lounge out. You're going to do it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Adam will do it. Thank you.
I guess I'll just stay here with you. Okay.
I've always wanted to do drag, but I always wanted to do super high femmy, razzle dazzle lady drag, And for a long time, I was told that I couldn't, and then I wasn't allowed to. And then finally, after a year, they came into it. I'm not sure if that was the answer to your question, but.
I thought that was great. Yeah. How did that make you feel?
I'm just thankful the AC is working. We'll put it that way.
Hi, Sigourney.
Hi.
What is the biggest challenge you face as this girl doing drag in industry that's predominantly run by cis gay males?
Those are some very solid interview questions today. I will say that things are a lot easier now than when I started drag about oh my god, almost 6 years ago. Things have been far more accepting of all different types of drag, and there's a lot more representation of all kinds of drag, more than there used to be, at least. And I really don't face a lot of stuff hardly anymore. Sometimes it happens, but not like I used to when I first started drag, and when I wasn't allowed to do drag, and then I would be told that it doesn't count, or it's not really drag, or my body is cheating because it already has curves, and I've had my whole life to practice makeup and being in high heels, and there was just such a higher standard for me than there was for the other queens at my home bar. Because of all of those things, I was expected to have a perfect body, a perfect face, and being able to move very gracefully, which does not come so naturally. Even to people with vaginas, it's not so easy. No. But like I said, things have changed a lot, and I'm better at walking in heels now than I used to be, to put it so lightly. But I said better, not perfect. I'm no Auntie Heroine, trust me, but I aspire.
Thank you so much.
I hope that
By the way, you look gorgeous.
Thank you.
And thank you for sitting so close to the stage.
I wasn't sure who was talking at first. Yeah, it's the lane.
Hi, Sigourney.
Hi.
So, in your journey, what do you think was the biggest thing that was an obstacle for you?
Learning makeup, I think. Makeup is really hard. I still really struggle with it. I don't know. Just doing drag in general is it's very, very hard work. It might look easy, but it's a lot of work and effort. Not for Auntie, but.
Oh. Weren't you just saying a second ago that you had started about 6 years ago?
Yeah.
That's not true. I started like 7.5 years ago. I thought we started at the same time. No? Oh. Well, I think we both were probably we were boogers when we started, weren't we?
Still are.
Listen here. You know, this is a fun fact. Does this happen to you? This is my question. Whatever you're wearing on your face that night, like color-wise, is that what comes out in your snot later? Because that's what happens to me.
No. No, it's not. I don't use this much powder. I'm sorry.
You're right. It doesn't happen to me either.
Next question.
That is relatable.
I actually have a second question. Monopolize yourself. What would be your advice to someone that wants to get into the drag world that is non-conventional like you are?
To just do it, just go for it, you know? My solid advice is to just do whatever you want and like whatever makes you happy. As long as it's not hurting anyone else, you should be doing what makes you happy, because, you know, ultimately that's the reason that everyone starts doing drag, is because it makes them happy. And I think that you should not always take no for an answer when someone does tell you no. But you should also take constructive criticism from the people that you do like admire and respect, because they're the ones that are there to like help you and have your best interests at heart. And I would say to try everything at least twice. Because sometimes the first time you don't really get a good feel for it. So try everything twice, otherwise you'll never really know what you like. Thank you.
This is going to seem a lot more shallow than the last couple, because, I mean, what has been your absolute favorite, like, piece that you've ever done? Like your outfit, like your song, like...
Right, this one's so much more easier than the other ones. I don't know. I think it would be easier to pick things that I hated that I did instead of things that I liked.
What's your least favorite then?
Okay, well, I would say my least favorite performance was the last time that I ever got drunk in drag, and it resulted in me slipping on my heel next to a chair on stage, catching myself on the chair, and then the chair starting to fall, and then me trying to save it, you know, and do something with the chair, and then my heel went straight out from under me, actually flew off my foot and across the room, and I just landed right on my ass. I don't drink and drag anymore. It's a very, very solid no drinking and dragging rule in there.
Goes out, right?
Hi.
So you've done competitions before, and you said your biggest piece of advice was to focus on yourself. How do you make sure to focus on yourself when you're in a room of like talented performers?
I mean, it sounds easy, but it's also difficult, but it's also kind of easy once you have the right mindset. It's more so not competing with others, but competing with yourself and focusing on yourself and knowing that, you know, everyone is good at something. No one is good at everything. And so there are things that some people are, you know, better at than me. There are some things that like maybe I do better than other people. And it's more so about appreciating talents that everyone brings to the table instead of just focusing on yourself and trying to like tear other people down. I think it's important to be able to focus on yourself while also lifting other people up, and not everything is a competition, you know? And even in a competition, sometimes it's not.
I feel like really red right now.
That's my job.
Hello there.
Hi!
I just want to say I think you're awesome.
Thank you.
I loved Dracula.
Me too.
The whole night. The one thing I will say, I'm a big Kiss fan, and so my question is, what really spawned choosing what you chose for Monsters of Rock?
Oh my god, you're gonna love this. So the entire look was based off of the phrase French kiss. Thank you. There you have it. It's fucking funny, yeah. Thank you. Yay.
Hello.
Sorry. Hello.
Hi, I'm here.
See, I don't know. I'm just looking straight. Hi.
Hi, okay, so I watched your journey on Dracula.
Same.
And you did an amazing job, by the way.
Thank you.
My question is to you, how did you handle all the stress and pain? Because there was a lot of bullying going on towards your way.
Yeah.
I want to know, how did you handle it mentally and didn't break down during the season?
There were a lot of different factors that fed into it. One of them being that I knew that one of the strengths that I did have that was an upper hand advantage against a lot of other competitors that were there. Not all of them, but it's that I have had competition experience already. I've competed nationally for US of A 3 times, so I already knew what it was like to stand up on stage and get told that my drag sucks in front of tons of people. So I was kind of acclimated to that already. But it was also just trying to my entire mindset was that being cast was the win. That was it. That was the win. And then everything that was going to come after that was meant to be fun. And so I went there to have fun and be myself and do the kind of drag that I want to do. And also, I'm not the one judging. That's not my job. I'm just there to do drag.
Amen. Well, I just wanted to tell you that your drag is amazing from head to toe, and you inspired a lot of us because I've been through a lot of bullying myself, and I had thoughts and times where I didn't want to be alive and stuff like that. And seeing you throughout the show, going through that pain and still remain strong and still be humble in who you are was an amazing view to see. So I thank you very much for doing that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi again.
Hi.
They panic, so I get to ask questions.
Same. Same, mostly to myself in the mirror. Why?
Thank you. Keep it maybe simple, maybe not. Favorite horror movie?
Oh, I get asked this all the time, and it's so hard. Everyone wants to know, and I'm like, it's so hard to pick just one. There's so many good ones. What's your favorite horror movie today? Okay, I haven't seen it yet, but I've been reading all of the things online about it, how everyone's been very upset and ready to cancel it, and
There's a little bit of triggering, but that's kind of part of it.
So, trigger warning, they/them is very intense. Shows
as a horror movie is meant to be.
in the queer community.
Yeah.
It's a great ending and well worth it.
Well, and it's also just so incredible to have a horror film that's put out by a queer director and with a huge queer cast centering around a queer experience. That's I didn't know. I hadn't seen it. Thanks. Next.
Right? You don't have anything. What about favorite?
I have nothing.
Favorite genre of horror? Slashers?
I love the psychological stuff. That
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
And at the end of it, I'm am I fucking crazy?
What, I have a question.
Shoot.
What's your favorite music to listen to getting ready for drag?
Well, most of the time, because I do drag so much, a lot of my music is just my drag playlist of like all of the songs that like I like have done to like try to keep sharp on them, or the songs that I like want to do. A lot of the time, and usually like I can get Hoso in on it with me, we'll just play that that Aisha Erotica Icon song like on repeat, like really loudly for like the boys to hear for like an hour. I love that song, it's great.
Hi.
Hi.
I dressed up for you because they love you so much.
Thank you. I
That's why.
appreciate it.
What sets every event apart? What's different today from other events?
Well, I haven't worn this wig before. This is a new outfit that I just cranked out earlier this week. So there's that. But today is different from like, you know, the other gigs that I've done in the past year, and that like I have never performed in Rockford before, and I'm very excited to. I've heard so much. A lot of friends that have worked here, so I'm very excited to like finally, you know, be able to like creep all over this gracious stage.
Welcome.
Woo! Thank you.
Hi there again.
Hi.
Okay, you said you like psychological thriller horror movies.
Yeah.
I gotta give a plug for one of my friends that did a movie here in town in 2011 when it came out. It's called Raymond Did It. Watch it.
Okay.
It's on Netflix.
Is it on Shudder?
And you can go to the RPG.com and you can download it from there. And then the director, producer, writer is Travis Legg. Travis Legg.
Raymond did it.
Raymond Did It.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's a good movie.
Yeah, I do. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so funny.
Hi, Sigourney.
Hi.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Who would you think is like the best makeup artist that you worked with on like season 4?
The best makeup artist that was put on season 4?
Yeah.
No, definitely not me. Please, I watched the season. I lived it. I had to see that mirror right before I had to go on stage and be like, well, this is as good as it's gonna get. Oh no, like it or no, let's find out. I would say,
Mind you, she said that right before she came out here.
it's usually like every time. You know, problems with being a perfectionist, it just never works out. I think there were so many like incredible makeup artists that were there. Like I couldn't pick just one. I mean, like sure, Formaldehyde's wearing a mask, but like she made that mask and she painted it, and like she did it with like crafts from like Dollar Tree, and it's incredible. And Hoso, like the way that she paints is just so like imaginative and like different, and it's really like incredible to like watch her, like sit down and watch her do her face. It's phenomenal. And Saint is just so fucking pretty, and you know she beats her mug in 30 minutes. It's not fair. It's not fair. I know, she's so fast. Yeah, and there were a lot of very, very good makeup artists on. I couldn't pick just one.
Would you like a water?
What?
Would you like a water?
Oh, yes. What, do I look dry? It's a new wig.
So what do you find is your biggest inspiration when it comes to choosing like a look or a performance?
Ooh, okay. So there's a lot of things that like go into it, but I think one of the things that I'm really heavily influenced by is illustration. So usually not like actual human beings, more like cartoon ones. A lot of cartoons, a lot of like, you know, super villains, like pinup. I'm like very much into like the like graphic art that you find on a slot machine in a casino. Like that all speaks to me.
I I knew there was a reason I was drawn to you. For sure.
Nice pun.
Hola. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, so another question I had to ask you was, we saw you go through, you didn't go through that many exterminations, but you went through a handful. Which one was your least favorite and worst favorite? We see you get zapped
favorite
and all types
extermination,
of
my most favorite extermination?
Yes.
Okay, I would say my least favorite one, wait, does it have to be one from this season or one that I did?
In both, either one.
Okay, my very least favorite extermination would have been the first episode where they had to be buried alive. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It's not for me. I'm glad I didn't have to be there. I think my favorite one, it wasn't even really an extermination when we had to ride the mechanical bull. I saw it and I was like, boom, I'm ready. I'm from Iowa. I've got experience in this, and it was me and only one other person that did it the right way with the one hand. Yeah, that's the rule. That's how you're supposed to do.
Amen.
Yeah, and then they cut out the shot where Ian had the mechanical bull throw me, and then it spun around and it hit me right in the knee, and then carried me off stage and thought that I was gonna have to go to the hospital. They were so upset. Ian was like, ah! Anyways, I think my least favorite one that I had to do for sure was the latex vacuum gun. That shit was so fucking horrible. Oh my god. As soon as they said, they were like, we're gonna suffocate you, I was like, I don't know.
But you did it though.
I didn't have a choice. I was like, I'm not gonna go on TV looking like a little bitch. I'm gonna fucking do it. And it was terrible.
I love it.
The roaches were so easy. It was so easy. It's just mind over matter.
How was the zap?
How was the what?
The zaps.
Oh, the electric chair? That shit sucked. It sucked, and everyone watched it and they were like, no! It was horrible. It's the entire seat and the back of the chair are covered in metal rivets, and that's what it shocks you through. Diva, I was wearing a leotard. I was practically bare-assed on that chair. Everyone else had to be zapped through pads, okay? And Barry zapped me every time. And you know how many times I zapped her? 0.
You should have zapped her 50 times.
I wasn't gonna give her any evidence of me being a bitch.
There you
She
go.
still didn't believe me. There's a question up here. Let's go. Oh, and then up here.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt anyone. Would you do Dracula again?
I mean, the ability to be able to do it once and to be one of the very few people that is brought to do it is incredible and exceptional and once in a lifetime experience. And the thought of being an even smaller few to go back and do it twice is extraordinary. Absolutely, I would do it again. Why not? What's the worst thing that happened? They send me home episode 1 and my career's over. Oh, worth a shot.
I just want your artwork is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. You're so close to it too. You're really good in there.
Yeah, it's stunning. We're just so excited to be here and to watch you perform.
Thank you.
This one is my
This is the one. Say it. Nancy! I've heard so much about you. I'm so glad you're here.
God, did not.
Only good things.
Oh my. I'm telling you. This is my posse, yes. I'm really excited. She's here for the first time, and I am so excited to meet her. One of my best friends, and I'm thrilled. So,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. So,
10:38, y'all.
thank you.
Probably do 2 more.
Make them good. I like the kind of questions where people at one time at a meet and greet, someone asked me, they're like, if you could have any kind of tail, what kind of tail would you have? Like, these are the questions I want. You know? Like, the easy ones.
So what's your favorite?
Well, if I had to have a tail, I decided that I would have like a little like hamster tail, like a freaky little like nubbins that I can wrap around, so that it's like it's not like super evident. Everyone wants like a monkey tail to like be able to like do stuff. Nah, I'm trying to, you know, it could be cute. I could cut out little holes in the backs of all my like skirts and stuff for my little waggly tail, my little nub. What kind of tail would you have?
I'd have a devil tail. Devil tail, no fur on it because it needs to be insertable.
Very good. So that doesn't count as one of the two. Next, please. Yeah, that makes sense.
Thank you. No, you're good. You're good. Hey, Sigourney.
Hi.
So I saw an interview that you did on some local Chicago station. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, how did you feel about being, quote, a good Dracula?
Oh my God. So how did I feel about having to get up and paint at 5 a.m. to go to an 8 a.m. news thing? And I walked in and they were like, all right, you're on. I was like, whoa. Okay, hope it works. I don't know what kind of like intern that they had that gathered all of the information from us about like questions to ask, and then like if they didn't turn it in or if the anchors fucking threw that shit out the window. Oh, it was a producer. I mean, they didn't like specifically tell me that I was a good Dracula, but I like to think that I'm a pretty good Dracula. At least, like, you know, some people say no, but I say I'm still here, so it's good enough. It literally, like, they would ask me a question, and then I'd start to answer, and then halfway through, I would just kind of, like, black out and forget what the question was, and then try to, like, recover. It was very difficult. It was.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, my question is for the girl that's sitting next to you.
The beauty.
Yes, Miss Auntie.
Why?
What season of Dracula should we expect to see you on?
What season are we on right now? It's 5 coming up, right? Have they cast for it yet?
They keep us in the dark about a lot of stuff. I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, but they didn't do auditions yet though, right? For the 5th season?
That I know of.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anything. You know, my favorite number is 7. Okay. But 6 is very satanic. 5 is next. So all 3 of them. You'll see me.
I can't wait.